feel good.
Take your time.
Is it okay if we be done? I feel like I'm going to pass out.
Do you have another shirt on underneath? Do you want to be done?
I think just with all the crying and stuff, and it's hard to breathe.
Can we get you some water?
Should I leave it a little bit longer, Kate? Do you need a different shirt?
No, I'm not hot.
I just want to be done. Is what you're saying.
I just can't breathe.
Alright, well, here's what I want you to do for a shot. Okay? You're having probably a lot of anxiety right now. Okay? Sit, you're right. Sit straight up like what you're doing. Breathe in through your nose, slowly. Breathe out through your mouth. Sit up. There you go. We're just here to talk. Just relax. This takes a lot of courage. Jack, you're doing a great job. Appreciate it. Okay, so you breathe in through your nose. There you go. Out through your mouth. You got a great support person right on your left side that's stuck with you through this whole thing. And you got two guys in here that not only care for Eli, but we also care about you too. That hasn't changed. There you go. Just relax.
Between tears and breathless anxiety, she tried to reenact what happened. What seemed like innocent drowsiness now unraveled into a series of actions that ended a child's life.
That's all I can recall from that night.
Okay. What about from any other nights?
Just the fall off the chair and the incident at her house.
So the falling asleep, feeding him, and he fell off the bed, that happened at Pam's.
Yeah.
And then the couch, where he rolled out of his chair onto the couch, or off the couch onto the floor. Did I have those right? Okay. And then Wednesday morning after feeding, he hit his head on the door frame, and then when you went to put him to bed, he hit his head on the wall. And is it correct when I say that putting him in the bed was in a way that was a little too forceful? I think we're probably, is this, have we left anything out shy at all? Because this, here's the thing is that each time we come back, we're reliving up very painful memories for you, okay? And it's not fair to you, it's not fair to Eli, okay? That's the two people right now I'm focused with. We'll talk with Dylan later on, but my two main people that I care about is you and Eli. Okay, are we forgetting anything?
I can remember.
Anything that you're not telling us that we should know?
Not that I can recall, no.
Can I say something? Shy? There's still some unexplained things you have to share. If there was another time.
There was no other time in my head.
Or you got frustrated and shaped him?
No, not that I remember, no.
You just don't want to have to go through this again.
I understand that.
You don't want you to go through it again. Okay?
The rib fractures, Shy, whether it occurred in your presence or not, putting down on the, I'd have to ask the doctor, but the way you're describing it, those happened before when you forcefully laid him down Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning.
But the damage wasn't limited to the skull. Doctors had discovered fractured ribs too. Once again, Cheyenne's silence offered no answers, only deeper, darker uncertainty.
Help me understand how the rib fractures happened.
I don't know. I can't recall anything.
Dylan had expressed some frustration early on when Eli was little. Did you ask Dylan about the ribs?
Yeah, but he said no, that he didn't do anything.
But your dad talked to him about his reaction, though, right?
Dad hasn't talked to him.
No, the weekend that he was there, you said even your dad talked to him and told him he had to be calm with Eli.
So your dad, Todd?
Was there ever anything that you saw Dylan doing something and you were concerned? Like, Dylan, you can't be doing that. Have you ever made that observation? You see that?
Not that I can recall, because every time he would get up, I would still be sleeping. Unless he would wake me up and ask for help.
Has he done that and woken you up and asked for help? When was that?
One time he got really frustrated. He's like, I just can't do this. Will you take over? And he fed like half the bottle, and I finished. But they say like babies can feel when you're frustrated or something, so that makes them more frustrated.
Yes.
So I always kept telling him, just be calm. Because the calmer you are, the easier it is.
Shy, we've been, as you probably know, talking to a lot of people that know you and know Dylan. Tell us about the time or a time when maybe Dylan was upset with you and maybe lashed out while you were holding Eli.
He never lashed out, just when Eli was in his little thing. But he didn't, lash out to, hurt me or nothing. But I was never holding him.
Okay. So Dylan never was physical with you, either hit you or pushed you while you were holding Eli. Saying no?
Correct.
trying to figure out the rest
I
and the
understand
time
that.
frame. So anything you could even remember that you might think, that he was fine.
Here's the thing too, Shy, is that this is, I want to guess, the third or fourth time we've had to sit down, okay? And I appreciate your courage to come and do everything you have today. And I'm going to remind you that in previous visits that we've had, each time, you would say either A, nothing happened, or I don't remember. All the while, we knew something happened. We just didn't know how. So, I understand, Shy. You're human. Okay? This is your baby we're talking about. So we need to understand this is the chance.
There was one time I remember, it was one of the harder nights for him. I got up, and Eli just was crying and crying, going back to bed, and Mom came out and soothed him. But Dylan got up with him at first. And I just woke up to him crying, and I was like, what's happening? He's like, I don't know, he's just being fussy, and he just doesn't want to take his bottle. And he was in when he had his portable bassinet thing.
Yeah.
And it was right next to where we were laying, and he was laying on the side that it was closest to. But he never said anything to me, like if he grabbed him like forcefully out of the bassinet, he never told me anything like that. But he says that nothing ever happened in his care.
She recalled a restless night when Dylan couldn't soothe the baby. Eli's cries echoed through the air, while Cheyenne awoke with a lingering, undefined anxiety.
Oh, when Dylan's really tired, he gets like really crabby and stuff.
His patience probably is pretty thin. And is that even on the weekends when he's supposed to be doing the heavy lifting, so to speak, with Eli while you get some rest?
It was just when I was living with these guys.
And you would come on the weekends and stay with your mom?
And I don't know if it's just with him being a first-time dad, everything just was so I don't know.
Probably was overwhelming for both of you. When Dylan says nothing happened in his watch, do you believe him in your gut? Knowing that there are healed rib fractures in Eli?
I mean, I could see when he gets frustrated or something, I could see, I don't know, grabbing him forcefully or something, I don't know, but he never told me anything like that.
Was there ever a time where maybe you did that, grabbed him forcefully out of being tired or frustrated?
Or squeezed him?
No. Just on the phone and the thing. I care.
Okay. Is there anything else, Shy?
I just needed to get it that morning feeding off my chest. That's why I came in.
That guilt was weighing on you, wasn't it? Yeah.
I just feel like a horrible person.
But you're not.
I know, I just feel like it.
I know. As far as it was, you are doing the right thing, even it may not seem like it right now.
Everything that you tell them that helps explain what happened to Eli. The sooner this is over, that's why it's good that you tell them everything you can think of.
one thing earlier, Shy, and I know it's difficult, but to help us understand, I asked you earlier about the pack and play and the use of the doll, so I can have a better understanding, so I can make correct documentation of that. I want you to show me how you held Eli.
Trying to reconstruct the moment, Cheyenne demonstrated how she put Eli down. She admitted his head may have struck the wall before dropping into the crib, fogged by half sleep.
And then how you put him down that night, when you put him down forcefully, like you mentioned.
I don't remember all of it, though.
As best as you can.
You can do it.
And this is the wall, I'm guessing there was a wall on the back side of the pack and play as you described it. Is that fairly accurate? It's pushed up against the wall. Okay. So this table is the bed surface of the inside of the pack and play. Okay. So show me how you remember putting him down.
You can do it.
I'm holding him like this.
Maybe stand up so that you can see.
Because if you were standing, go ahead and stand.
I don't remember everything, though. I was holding him like this, and it comes to about here. And I was like halfway. I think I went
Like what?
like that.
Okay, Brenda didn't see that. Show us how that
I was like halfway down, and I think I went like that.
When you went like that to hit the wall, did you let go of him and then he hit the wall and then fell down? You're shaking your head yes. Is that, okay. Or did you hold on to him to hit the wall and then let him down?
No, I let go.
Okay.
Thank you, Shay.
Shy, was there another time with the left side of his head that something like that happened?
Just when he fell off the chair that he landed on the left side, and there was a little bump, but nothing like, I think nothing was like.
Is that when you put ice on it? Okay.
And what you had told us that you called the doctor about that. Is that true?
No.
Okay.
I texted my sister. She was the first one I texted.
What do you remember saying in the text?
Eli fell off the chair when I went in the kitchen. He has a little bump on his head, and then I put ice on it.
When asked about a previous fall, Cheyenne nodded. She remembered the bruise and the ice pack, but no doctor was called. Only a quick text to her sister for reassurance.
And she's just like, is he okay? Is he acting normal? And he was acting fine. I didn't think anything of it.
Did he didn't seem any
He was
extra sleepy or anything?
He was
throwing up?
He wasn't throwing up. He was throwing up like a week when we moved in, but I think that was because of our sink water, and I was starting to feed him on bottled water. But he was sleeping a lot.
After he fell and hit his head.
Touching base a little bit about Dylan. Did Dylan tell you he squeezed him too hard?
He never told me anything like that.
Or that he fussed for a couple days after when Dylan would get up and feed him?
When he was really fussy, was he fussy that weekend?
I think that was a rough weekend.
When was that?
3 weeks. When did you start letting me go there? Wasn't it a week after I moved in? I don't remember.
So that would have been when he was 2 to 3 weeks old. There was 2 different times they went and stayed for the weekend. And they slept on the couch, and Eli slept in the
We
bathroom.
slept on the floor, and Eli slept in the horrible bassinet next to us.
In the living room? Okay.
At Mom and Dad's.
In Mom and Dad's apartment?
They only have a 1-bedroom.
I see. Okay.
After we've been able to visit here a little bit shy today, despite how challenging and difficult it was, it's got to have somewhat of a relief to get it off your chest, doesn't it?
I still just feel like a really bad person.
I'm not saying that. That's your personal feeling. Okay. Pam certainly doesn't feel that way. He doesn't feel that way.
We love you.
You were stressed. You were tired. Sometimes, like you said, when we are stressed and tired, we aren't acting like we normally would either. So, what you've told us today, Shy, are we missing anything at all?
No.
Is Dylan going to be able to provide more answers for the fractured ribs? Because
I'm hoping.
those were older injuries.
That's the only thing I can think of.
The head injuries, as you've described and demonstrated today, gives me a better understanding of how those happened, but not necessarily the ribs. And I don't want you to bear the brunt of everything here if Dylan is responsible for ongoing harm towards Eli.
Detectives began questioning whether Dylan had anything to do with Eli's rib fractures. Cheyenne insisted she didn't know, but the hesitation in her eyes suggested doubt.
So, as hard as this has been, if you know something, now is the time to talk.
He never told me anything.
I never saw it.
I asked him.
Why did you ask him?
I just asked him if there's anything he didn't remember or if he was too scared to say.
So you asked them that recently?
You know, I just asked him the whole time he had contact about, like, anything, and he said nothing.
Where do we go from here, Shy? Who do we talk to help find answers for the ribs? Help us find that out.
You could talk to Dylan
That makes the most sense.
and just ask him, just let him know what I told you about those couple being frustrated.
Do you think that if he knows that you came in here and told the truth, that he would be more inclined to tell the truth?
I don't know.
Do you know what that means?
No.
Okay. Now that you've told us what you remember and what happened with Eli, and Dylan has probably been withholding information or not telling us everything.
He'll remember those weekends.
Okay.
I'm sure he would.
Now that he knows that you told us everything, is he going to be more willing to talk to us?
I'm hoping. I don't know.
I guess that's up to him, right?
And lastly, Shy, when we leave here today, how is Dylan going to react to the news if he actually doesn't know? You know, do you feel safe around him?
I know he'll believe it was an accident and I wasn't doing any harm.
Okay.
So it sounds like he's experienced the same frustrations and exhaustion that you faced, right?
Yeah.
And I think I asked this earlier too, Shy, but other than today, to Pam and to Brent and I, did you tell anyone else the truth about this before today?
Just the couch falling to my sister, the chair falling to my sister.
Okay.
And I told my mom too, and I told Dylan.
What did you tell Dylan?
Just that he fell out of the chair. I didn't tell him none of this.
Okay.
Off the wall and the door
What about
frame.
the bathroom? Did you tell him?
I told him that, yeah.
Told Dylan that?
Yeah, the bathroom.
Right before we came.
Do you?
I don't think, but I don't want him to think I was a bad mom. I don't think he would, but I feel like I was.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to ask you, Shy. Okay, and we'll visit with Dylan here briefly too.
When asked if she felt safe telling the truth in front of Dylan, Cheyenne hesitated. Her biggest fear wasn't violence. It was being seen as a terrible mother.
Do you plan on telling Dylan what you just told us about the playpen?
Yeah, probably when we're alone.
Okay, would it be helpful so we can make sure you're safe? Because I'm concerned about your safety. Okay. Would it be helpful if you told Dylan we can do it right here in this room, or you can do it on your own time? But I want to make sure that you feel safe, and I'm here to...
I'm not too worried about it.
Okay. If you want to talk to Dylan, we could have him come here right now. But I want to make sure that you understand I want to offer that to you.
And thank you.
Okay.
So let me just say something. Sometimes when we're feeling so bad and so worried how people are going to think about us, sometimes it's easier to have someone with us willing to explain it, because sometimes we can't finish explaining it, and then he will have the answers to the fracture. And I think it might be a thought, even just one of them, being with you when you tell him. Because then if he has questions, or if he gets upset,
I don't think he's going to get upset.
I would get upset, and not at you, but just at the whole situation. You know, he gets upset and he has to kind of process. And I
His
don't
process is probably going to go out and have a cigarette.
and that's fine.
Would Dylan tell us the truth if you were with him? About what happened on those weekends where he was really stressed?
I'm not sure.
Would he be embarrassed too?
I could see it.
Yeah.
But I'm not good. I don't know.
Part of me thinks that maybe, just like you came in here and were brave and were given another opportunity, that we should give Dylan another opportunity to
I
just
think
do
if
the right
you just
thing
mention that to him.
Yeah.
And
What do we-
we've talked to him and her how important it is that you guys need to know what happened to Dylan, or to you, Laura, sorry.
Don't worry, ma'am, I've done that before too.
And that this is basically the last hurrah. It's now. It has to happen now.
I just want you to let it come home.
What's that? What's that, Shy?
I just want to be able to get this done so we can get all the funeral
Yep.
stuff.
Yeah, I understand.
And she said to bring Eli home.
Yeah, I agree. Is there anything that we've not asked you, Shy, that we should know about? Anything that you'd like to tell us more?
Every detail circled back to a single desire, to finally lay Eli to rest. Cheyenne no longer tried to deny. She only wanted to end the haunting burden inside her mind.
No.
And just in conclusion, by coming in here today, did you do so voluntarily?
Yes.
Do you know what that means?
I came here on my own, wanting to on my own.
And this was your decision to come in here today?
Yes.
Okay. And did I make any promises to you or did I threaten you in any way to come in here and talk to me today?
No.
Okay. Well, we're gonna stop our visit today, and the offer still stands from here afterwards. If you want to come and talk with me about anything, I encourage you to do that. Do you still have my card?
I do.
Okay. So you're free to leave, and if you want to hang out in the other room, we'll give Dylan the opportunity to come in and visit with us if he chooses to. Okay? And if you change your mind, or if you want to visit with Dylan here, I can do that. If you want a couple minutes, you and Dylan in here together, alone, we can do that. I don't want you two to start fighting. That's my concern. I want to make sure.
I don't think it's going to cause any fight.
Okay, Shy, I want you to be safe. Okay. So this is your choice if you want to do that or not. Strictly voluntary.
I don't think so.
All right. Well, let's go get.
And you guys will still contact her with the whole phone thing, right?
Yep, and that's still in the process.
I think part of the phone thing is there's a lot of pictures of Eli on there.
Yep, they won't be deleted. No.
I'm not worried.
But
I'm just doing a time frame.
Yeah, so.
because some of the people she wants to talk to are on there, she doesn't know just who it is.
And that's something too, is that those do take some time, and they'll be able to go through any deleted messages, and they'll check everything. So that does take time. So please, be patient, and we'll keep you up to speed as much as we can.
Because we don't want to keep it any longer than necessary either. So
our goal is to get everyone back to as close to being normal as it can get. It's not going to be the same. We can't take the place of Eli, but let's get back to some normalcy as soon as possible. Okay?
So one thing, if you remember anything where he could have gotten squeezed or fallen or anything, you gotta call him, okay?
Let's go get Dylan, and we'll get you guys on your way.
You guys don't do that, do you?
We'll hang on to it.
She just brought it.
Yep, I'll hang on to it. Good, at least maybe take a picture.
On January 8th,
Yeah,
Cheyenne
I'll
was
take it to
called
my
back in
office.
to go over her
Is
statement.
it sharp or something?
A reenactment began once more. Cheyenne used a doll to demonstrate how she held Eli walking out of the bathroom. This time, her movements contradicted her original account.
A chair right here for me. And then Jen, pull up this chair and close the door for us. All right. This was the interview that we did at the other building on April 12th. Okay? April 12th at about 4:19 in the afternoon is what the timestamp is right here. And at about this time in the interview, about 12 minutes and 40 seconds into it, we start talking about what happened. When I talk with kids, just real quick, which you're not, but I use dolls to help work with kids. Okay? So let's just kind of visualize what you're saying. So as you can see, this child has clothes that he can remove or keep on. Okay, with the doll behind you, Shy, I want you to show me how you remember holding Eli when you were in the bathroom with him. You told us that you had to get a Band-Aid on your finger. Is that really what happened?
Yeah.
Okay, take that doll behind you, grab onto it, and hold it like you remember holding onto Eli.
When I was walking out?
Yeah, or when you were in the bathroom and walking out.
Just hold him like this.
Okay. You're holding him like that?
Yeah.
Okay. That's different than what you demonstrated here on the video?
Yeah, it's been over almost a year. I don't
Yep.
remember.
I'll show you how you held him, how you demonstrated.